Standing.
Alrighty, so what we're basically doing here, so this of course is the underhand chop. So the guys are going to be going through here. You can sort of see they've actually drawn the lines on here. They just do that with a bit of crown.
If you're a world champion and you are fantastic at this, how many chops are you making in this log?
6 to 8, they can do it in here.
On each side?
Yeah, so what they basically do, they'll cut in a clockwise motion, so that they'll literally go top right, bottom left, top left, and they'll literally go circular motion. And then what they'll basically do is, once they're confident, the guys will put different hit patterns in. They'll spin around, some of them jump, they're a bit fancy, and then in the back, they'll put between 4 to 8 hits.
You can get it done. You can get it done.
Correct. Now, BT, when they're ready to go, like I'm not sure how good you go on the. I know you've had a Coleman, but I'm not sure how you are on the golf course. Very similar. They put what's called the drive in.
Right.
So the last one is here, and they'll cut through. Watch the feet. Yep. They'll cut through for the drive. Then they're done. Here.
So number 2 here, back over here to number 3. Then what are we doing?
Back over up here. Then we're on to what's known as the misery whip. You were commenting before, BT, that you thought someone was bringing a bench up on stage.
Yes. It looked like a bench seat, but it's a saw.
2 metre crosscut saw, peg and rake system.
What is the key here?
The key here is consistency. Get a nice rhythm on it. You do not want any hang-ups where that saw will catch.
So if the saw bends a little bit and the tooth gets caught in the wood, you cactus.
That's it. We've got to start all over again, BT. So you're starting off again to build up that nice momentum.
So getting really tired here. Been pumping, and I'm feeling absolutely no good at this stage.
You are a giant ball of lactic acid by now. And then
party time, wherever the back one. So this is where you got to dig deep. This is where, obviously, precision, technique, but it all comes down to a bit of heart in this last one here, BT. This is where the arms are absolutely burning, and this is called the standing block. So basically, it's literally the stand-up version of the underhand chop, but obviously they're coming on the side. Same sort of thing here, but when they were obviously on this one where they were going with the circular motion, this one they're basically doing 2 hits. So it's up and down, up and down. They're trying to get it as precision as possible. Obviously, it's a race to get to this side. Same sort of hits, though. They're going to look to go between sort of 8 to 12 sort of hits in the front. Every athlete's different, so they're going to want to put a different hit.
And they choose their own wood, so this has been chosen.
Yeah, but as you have found out before, BT, there aren't particularly many outward indicators. Was it Braden Meyer you were talking to?
Well, there's a little knot here. Look at it.
Yeah.
There's a little knot in the back of that.
They just say whatever looks like a nice piece of wood. Well, maybe I guess the logic there is that that's a smaller knot than maybe the other ones that were present. Maybe
and screws in the top for what purpose? Stop it splitting, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Hold on down the bottom here as well.
So what they'll basically do is they'll put those ones in, and then when they're ready, you'll see them run around. Now, they've got to be careful. One of the things we actually have seen in competition before, you've got wood chips everywhere.
Yep.
So what we've actually seen before is when the guys run around, if they actually literally slip on the wood chips, and they're big boys. There's not too many guys here under 80
When
kegs.
one of them falls, you have to yell timber.
Yeah, exactly.
How long have you guys been doing this?
Too long. Too long?
No,
yeah. Literally since the start.
And so the winner of this today, the one that wins the day, goes on and competes in the World Championships in May.
So that's Brad DeLosa from last year, for example, went to Gothenburg in Sweden. And then do you reckon he's going to go back-to-back, sir?
Look at Brad's fan there. Gee, mate, get up and go. Come on.
He looks like he's had a couple. It looks like he's had a couple of frothies already.
Kevin DeLosa, his cousin. Who here's going for Brad DeLosa today? We got some Brad fans in the house.
What about Lawrence O'Toole? Lawrence O'Toole, yes, he's my man.
Who here's just having fun, enjoying the sun and enjoying the sports? Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so that's what's going to happen. 5 through 12 will play off. They will take on 1 through 4. It's elimination from here, BT, so you're actually racing the other man on the stage with you, and we'll eliminate as we go.
Aha.
All right, fantastic. Now, we've actually got a bit of a video, which is basically going to give the more professional version of what we just said then. So turn your attention to the TV screens and to see what the competition is all about.
The best timber sports athletes are here to take on the grueling 4-discipline event in a test of stamina and strength.
Yeah, leading into the stock saw event, the most important thing to me is getting that saw in position, getting my feet in position, hands on that log and over the line. Then I'm just trying to breathe. Once the gun goes, I'm straight up onto the log looking for my line that I've got drawn on there, and then going through the log, you're really listening intently to that motor as to not bog it down or not let it scream too much. If you're bogging it down, you're too heavy, and if it's screaming, you're too light, so it's that perfect mix that you got to try and find. I'm trying not to stay tense in my hands, try and keep my hands nice and light, and trying to really breathe, because sometimes you've held your breath and that leads into the underhand that you're a little bit fatigued before you even get there.
Running across to the underhand, I'm looking at the axe, and I know that once I get on the underhand, I've got to stay loose and make sure those first 4 hits, they make the rest of the log. You know, I'll be looking to go 9 hits in the front, and then opening it strong in the back and going for the 8 hit blows in the back and a nice easy come off. The more drivers you put in, the more energy you're using up, and then it starts with a good flow.
Yeah, so when you come off the underhand and over into the single buck, that's really when your body starts to fatigue. You know, you're starting to hurt a little bit, your arms get tired, get heavy. So you've really got to focus on your technique. You know, try and run the saw really smoothly, because if you have a jag up, that takes a lot out of you, and it's really hard to get going again, you know. So it's important to saw that off as smooth as you can and save as much energy as you can going into the standing block to finish off strong.
As you run over the standing block, you're sort of just looking at your axe. It actually hurts even to grab your axe because your arms are that tired and your body's that tired from doing the other disciplines. And I just try and think of getting me first 4 hits in the right spot, moving that big chip and then trying to move along. It's probably like nothing else you do in wood chopping because you do so many disciplines going into it. Sort of every muscle in your body's aching and tired and you're hurting and you're out of breath. And you've got to find a little bit extra in your body to dig deep. You just want to stop because you're just hurting so much, but yeah, your drive just keeps you going to win.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Dan, it's time to make some noise, everybody. It's time to get the Men's Australian Champions Trophy underway. Okay, what we're gonna do? We're gonna invite our competitors up onto the stage. Okay, but before we do that, let's get the judges up there. So who we got for the judges today, Dan?
Rightio, making calls. We've got our judges Simon Holmes from Victoria, Steve Lorenz from New South Wales, Matt Hura from over the Dutch and New Zealand, and all the way from the UK. Very grateful to have this man on board, our global judge, Andy Hall.
Give a big round of applause, please, Adelaide. Our video judge from today will be reviewing all the times, of course, of the hundredths of the seconds. So from Vic, we've got Nathan Lueng, and officiating the scoring competition and control all the way from Brazil, Ricardo Comarago. Make some noise for the guys, please. And of course, we got Maxi as well, looking after everything, making sure all the athletes keep in check.
Our sports director, Shane Maxwell. All right. You want to kick it off with the athletes here, Gaz? We've got our first athlete up on stage.
He's back after last year's hiatus, and he's going to be here to try and get on to the Australian Championship trophy all the way from Sheffield, Tasmania. Make some noise for Cody Steers.
The big bad beard, he's back. And the big man is back on campus after a year off. He's back to make his mark on this year's competition. One of many Dingles to follow from Eidsvold, Queensland. It's Brody Dingle.
Alrighty, he is your 2021 Australian Championship trophy. You can't even talk. He's coming back from injury. He is a left-hand weapon. Make some noise from Blackbutt, Queensland, Mr. Mitch Argent.
He placed 4th in the 2019 Australian Trophy. Will he make the podium this year from Osborne Park in WA? Brent Reeves.
Alright, he placed 6th in last year's competition. He's already taken a step up onto the top athlete podium from Grafton, New South Wales. Make some noise for Chris Owen.
He's the man with the massive axe with 3 Team World Championship golds in the trophy cabinet. He's a crowd favourite from Toongabbie, Victoria, Glenn Gillam.
He's an up-and-comer rookie. We've seen him earlier. We cheered him on. He got through. He's from Sheffield, Tasmania. Make some noise for Josh Bakes.
Back for his 4th Australian Trophy appearance. He'll be looking to battle his way to the later rounds in this year's competition from Mudgeeraba in Queensland. Our second Dingle, Jake Dingle.
When it comes to wood chopping, there's only one family that we think of, the legendary one. He's your 2018 individual world champion, 7-time team gold winning chopperoo from Doncaster, Victoria. Make some noise for Lawrence O'Toole.
Absolute STIHL Timbersports royalty. Last year he battled his way to 3rd place to come up against a tough competition. Will he take home the win this year from Colovale, New South Wales? It's Dave Rumer.
Alrighty. It's now one of the favourites today, along with Lawrence O'Toole. He's a 2019 individual world champion, 6-time team world champion, runner-up from last year, the one and only from Broadford, Victoria, Braden Meyer.
Lastly, but certainly not leastly, if we read this man's whole resume out, we'd be here till midnight. But let me just give you the highlights. He's last year's winner. He's won 3 World Trophy titles, 7 Team World titles with the Chopperoos. It's Big Bad Brad Delosa.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's time to timber. Make some noise!
Let's give all of our athletes a big round of applause. Take a look up on the screen to see how the Australian Trophy competition is going to work.
All athletes must first compete in the time trial. The 4 fastest athletes go through to the quarterfinals, while the 2 slowest are eliminated. The remaining athletes battle it out in the last chance rounds in a knockout format for the remaining quarterfinal spots. After each round, the losers are eliminated and the winners will progress to the next round until the best athlete chops and saws their way to the Australian Trophy title.
Alrighty, so this of course is the, it's called Last Chance Elimination, however you want to do it. It's basically, these guys are going to be going through to be competing in our next round of competition. It's Steers v Gillum, Argent v Owen, Rumour versus Bakes, and Dingle versus Rees. For our first up competition on stand 1, we have Cody Steers and Glenn Gillum on stand 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get this first heat underway and hand it over to the judges. Give them one big round of applause. Here we go!
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your saws. Athletes, ready!
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's Gillum that gets the wood slightly first. Neck and neck. Whose cookie will drop first? It's Gillum. Gillum with a slight, probably half a second lead. And here they go, underhand chop. You've seen it being demoed, now you see it live.
Now, obviously, guys, you can see them going hell for leather right now because this is it. This is the last chance. Preserving energy when it was 12 left.
Yep.
Everything you got, leave it out there now.
Yep. Now, Gillum probably has a slight, probably 1.5 chop lead. Cody Steers probably with the faster act technique. As you can see, he goes high from 12 to 6. Who's going to go through the drivers first? Oh, Cody Steers got a slight lead. It all comes down to this, BT, as we spoke about. It's the misery whip.
He looks good. He's onto the whip early and ready to go here. He's got a good rhythm going already.
Rhythm's a word there, BT. Yep. That's what we're watching for here. No hang-ups.
And you can see sort of slightly different. Cody's almost like on that angle, sort of dipping down, whereas Glenn Gillum does the longer sort of stroke techniques. It's Cody Steers, I reckon, has got a bit of a comfortable lead going into this one now.
Using all of the blade. A little bit of a hang-up there.
Oh, they're going to go to the neck. It is neck and neck. It is elimination. Ladies and gentlemen, who's going to make it through? Make some noise, Glen Elk.
This is it for one
Here
of our
they
athletes.
go.
Steers v Gillum.
It's Gillum on 2, Steers on 1. Wood is moving, Wood is chopping. Whose will fall first? It's neck and neck. It's going to come down to this. Oh, he's got to hang up there. Oh, the wood's gone. There he is. Bang.
Cody Steers just putting in the final cuts there. Obviously a bit disappointed. Well done, Cody.
BT, not a bad first heat.
Wow, that was extreme power, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic. These guys are all evenly matched. There's no easy heat from here on in, I reckon.
Nah.
They are spent. Have a look at them. They are absolutely spent, and the winner's got to go again.
We talked about conserving energy before, BT. There's no conserving now. This is it. This is where you give it all you've got and then just hope you can reproduce in a few minutes' time.
Athletes to the front of the stage. Over to our judge, Steve Lorenz, for the official winner.
Winner is Glenn Gillum.
There it is.
They are wobbly. Have a look at them. They're just a little, not much left in the legs.
I don't know where they are right now, BT. And then You got to back it up again, mate. So you can see how critical that skipping over a round is, finishing top 4. What do you got, Gaz?
What's the last thing you want to do when you're absolutely exhausted? Is talk to an idiot like me.
He wants to go fishing.
Glenn just wants to go fishing. Glenn, mate, exhausting stuff. You guys were neck and neck there. I thought the single back, everything was quite consistent, but then you brought it home nicely.
Yeah, well, I just sort of dug a little bit deeper and come up trumps.
I'm not going to talk to you for too long because I know you need to recover and get thing. You enjoying being in South Australia, Glenelg? Beautiful day.
Loving it. Absolutely sensational.
Thank you, mate. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Glenn Gillum, our first one through.
So on the other side of the draw, there's the top 4 from 12 earlier. They are waiting. Glenn Gillum now makes 5. 3 more will go through, and then it's 8 left, and we push through. We eliminate down to 1.
And what about the staff here? How efficient to get these logs changed over, get it cleaned up, get all the chips off the stage, have a look at the battery-powered still blower being used up there, and they get it whipped up in a magical storm.
Yeah, give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for all the staff that are putting on the STIHL Timbersports. Give a big round of applause.
Yes.
BT mentioned the blower there as well. All of this equipment is available for you to purchase. The STIHL MS661 chainsaw as well. You can talk to the STIHL dealers here. Big shout out to all the dealers who've come to join us in the tent up the back there. We love having you on board. Literally couldn't do it without you. Quite literally.
Absolutely. I tell you what, the people who've got the easiest job is probably the 3 of us. We're just literally we're just saying what we're seeing. So we're having all the fun, but we really appreciate it. And of course, Adelaide always has a great turnout coming down. It definitely helps when it's a fine 27 degrees, not a cloud in the sky.
This is an amazing crowd, really amazing crowd to get all these people here to watch this Timber Sports, the STIHL Timbersports Australia, looking to get one away and pick a guy that potentially could win the World Championship.
We're trying to pose for photos. We're just trying to update BT's Tinder profile. Now, obviously, we've got some exciting stuff coming up in our next heat, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you grab yourselves a drink. We've obviously got the food trucks at the back as well. There's not a seat free in the house here, boys.
And don't forget the STIHL Timbersports 10 over there, the marquee with all of the product in it as well. You can go over there and have a look. Buy yourself a hat if you need it.
Mate, being modelled by the 3 of us, so I'm not sure if that's a...
No, not great.
I think they could probably get 3 better. Did you get a house, mate? Just a little bit of a side note. Dan's wife's currently in Queensland bidding on a house, so he's got to go quickly take a call, see if he's got a home tonight.
I've been impressed with that battery blower up there. That's gone all day without a change of battery. That is amazing.
Now, BT, I know that you do like the STIHL products. What, you got any cheeky STIHL products at home yourself?
I've got the fuel-injected chainsaw. What's that? The 5...
So we've got the MS661.
561 or something? 500i, 500i fuel injected, the only fuel injected chainsaw in the world. I've got one of those. Got a couple little battery ones as well.
There's been a few cheeky things that you've seen that you might go, come on, boys. If I'm throwing you a bone and commentating today, you might want to chuck that in the early Christmas cards.
We can give you a single buck to take home.
Oh yes, that'd be great. I'd use that a lot. I'd hang it on the wall and say that's where they used to win championships with.
You know what's very popular around there often is the cookies as well. That the athletes cut off and we spray up with the STIHL logo.
Yeah, I think, sorry, a few people did ask me about that. We'll get them over the side there. I think we're ready to go, guys. Yep. All right, let's get this second heat underway, ladies and gentlemen. Who we got here, Mr. Anstey? Who we got here? Okay, let's make some noise for Chris Owen and Mitch Argent.
Looks like Argent on stand 1, Chris Owen on stand 2 here. Elimination, ladies and gents. So are you going to see a step up in intensity if you joined us for the time trial before? Obviously conserving some in the tank there, Gaz. And that 90-second, minute-and-a-half mark was what we're aiming for. But now this is it. If you don't get it done here, pack your bags.
The good thing about this is that we don't have to worry about the times anymore. It's just winner takes all the chocolates and gets through to the next round.
And we'll be left with 8 athletes.
All right, looks like we're pretty much ready to go, BT.
So it's athlete against athlete in all of these is what you're saying. Whoever wins up here on the stage goes through. It's that simple. The other is eliminated.
Yeah, all the maths we had to do before is thank God out the window.
A couple of public school, BT?
Yes, of course. Pinjarra High.
3 public school lads doing maths together.
I was the school captain of my school, but I was.
Were you the only student? Were you homeschooled?
I had the smallest criminal record. Here we go.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your saws. Athletes, ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's Argent to the wood first. Owen hot on his heels. Whose cookie will drop first? It's Argent with a slight lead. Going into, of course, the underhand chop. Watch these boys do it. There is wood chips flying everywhere. I'm going to put a helmet on here, BT. This is a work hazard here. It's Argent that turns first. Slight hang up by Owen, but he's still in it here. You want to keep with Mitch Argent getting into the final one here, BT.
This is a hectic pace as they chop stroke for stroke here. They're going to finish pretty well even, and onto it they go. Back over to the misery saw. Have a look at it.
It's not fun, but it's good to watch.
Argent's got it going. Got a little bit of rhythm about him. What about the other?
Yeah, Owen. So Owen had a little bit of slight hang up at the start, but he's working through it now. As we spoke about, it's all about that technique, rhythm.
Looks like he's coming back a little bit here, Owen. He's really got it going now. Argent about 2/3 of the way through the log here.
You have to be in front of Mitch Argent, though, going to standing block. He literally is the best in the world at it. So you've got to be with him. It's going to be neck and neck here. Oh, there he goes.
He's caught up.
He's got all the work to do here. Here we go. Make some noise from Adelaide. Let's get behind him. Here we go.
So Mitch Argent might be able to save a little bit here. He's got a 6 or 7 stroke advantage going into this log.
Yeah, but I guess you never know in the timber sports. The boys are blowing out. It looks like he's just done his axe. He might have a knot in there, unfortunately. So that's all right. Nah, it looks like it might be stumps over for that one. All right, so Mitch comfortably, he's going to make this one through. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen.
So, what a pity.
So that BT, we might have put the curse on it before we were talking about the knots in the log there.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly got the axe and wasn't happy with the blade in the end as a result of that.
They start the day sharp enough to shave with. They don't finish the day that way.
All right, over to the judges for the official winner in this heat number 2.
Winner is Mitch Argent.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Mitch Argent through. What were your thoughts there, Dan?
Oh, it's just disappointing for Chris, isn't it? Because we've talked about all day. You can only see so much externally, BT, and if you catch a knot in that wood, these are precision instruments, and you get a ding, you get a bent blade.
Michael Argent was just able to save a little bit of juice too, because he glanced across and saw Owen in a little bit of trouble. Was just able to slow off a little bit and not use absolutely everything he had. Let's see what he's got to say.
All right. Sorry, mate. I know you're bloody exhausted, so I'll keep it short and sweet. Pretty comfortable in terms of getting through there. Like you had that lead there. We know how good you are when it comes to the standing block. How did you feel going through each discipline?
Yeah, pretty good. My soaring's probably not my best, so I just try and soar consistent and get over that standing block.
100%. When you saw over there, I think without knowing it, talking to him, looks like Chris might have had a bit of a knot there. So sort of means you can sort of have a bit of a breath and sort of cruise through the standing block there. It must help a little bit.
Yeah, that's luck of the draw, the wood chopping. It's naturally grown thing, so you always get a limb. Someone gets a limb, so it's just bad luck.
Congratulations, mate. Look forward to seeing you in the next round. Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Argent.
Good on you, Mitch. Mitch mentioned the sawing there. The saw they use is the MS661 chainsaw. Let's have a look up on the big screen and see what that beast is all about. The STIHL MS661 CM stock saw is used in STIHL Timbersports. Designed for the toughest jobs in forestry, it produces approximately 7.3 horsepower, has a displacement of 91.1 cc, and weighs 7.4 kilograms. To ensure evenly and fairly matched saws, professional STIHL technicians prepare and test the saws before each competition. If you want one of them, that dream can become a reality, guys. There are still dealers here, and you can pick up that beautiful piece of equipment. Just chat to them around there up in the marquee up the back there. Happy to have a talk and let you know what the MS661 is all about and how you can grab one. Only available at your local STIHL dealer.
A water?
So the MS661 is one up from the fuel-injected 561, yeah?
You're
500, sorry, the 500.
BT,
yes. It's the next one up.
You're far more manly than guys.
These are all stock standard saws that they're using today. So they have, I think, 3 saws out the back. Yep. They all get to pick their saws they want to use. They run the same amount of time per day. So every saw, even if it's not used on stage in these next 2, there is one saw down in the shed that is being run at the same intensity as the two up here to make sure that all saws are the same.
Alrighty, let's make some noise for our next competitors on stand number 1. Rumour, stand number 2, Bakes, make some noise!
Bakes, a former rookie champion. BT, it's much like in cricket where you have, if you lose a ball, they've got balls of varying sort of used ability they pick out of a briefcase. Every saw is exact same level.
I'll tell you what, the
no
grass
difference
here,
on the chain.
The grass here looks like a better pitch than the donkey paddock when they were serving up in India yesterday.
It's good to see the boys get a win, though.
Yeah.
Josh Bakes is a real goer, isn't he? He is a goer.
Former rookie champion has now graduated into the big leagues here.
Not much of him.
No.
Yeah, but it can be about technique and it can be about precision, as opposed to, you can be a Charlie Cameron versus a Joe Danaher. Different styles and both get the job done.
Tell he's a Brisbane supporter.
Let's not bring Joe into it. Joe goes missing a lot. I don't think this guy does.
Hamstrings. Alrighty, it looks like we're ready to go. Ladies and
Lions.
gentlemen, we've got Dave Rumour on stand 1, Josh Bakes on stand 2. Over to the judges. Let's get it underway.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your saws. Athletes, ready!
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off and soaring. Bakes gets the wood first, but Rumour's pushing through it nicely. Technique might win this one. It's Rumour with a slight lead. Josh Bakes hot on his heels. The young kid, 25-year-old, it's that little second in between. He's a little bit nippier.
But he made up a little bit of ground in transition onto the block. He was fast between the blocks.
Here they go. He's definitely the more nimble of the two, but it's all going to come down, as we know, boys. The single buck is the one that separates the boys from the men.
Wow, he's hit the front.
The 2018 rookie champion is out in front as they get on the misery whip, but this is what separates the men from the boys.
Here we go.
Do not want to get that dreaded hang up. What you've got to do is get that rhythm up, get that saw stroking.
Look
through
at
the wood
Bakes.
nicely.
He's using every blade, every little bit in it.
But Rumour's hit the lead, ladies and gentlemen.
Bakes emulating Lawrence O'Toole a bit there with that very wide stance.
It's going to be, he's going to hang up.
Go, Josh. There we go.
There he goes. This is close. Rumour's probably got a 2-stroke lead. Here he goes into it. He's going to probably look to put 8 to 10 in the front. Who's going to turn first? It's Bakes that turns first, but has he put enough in the front? We're going to have to wait to see. It's Rumour on 1, Bakes on 2. Who's going to win it? They're going stroke for stroke, blow for blow. Wait for the wood to wobble, and he's putting the drivers in now. Who's going to take it? Make some noise. Oh! Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Rumour.
2 strokes in it.
Give it up for Josh Bakes there. An outstanding performance to make it through to the round of 12 and only be 2 hits off. He's going to be an absolute star of the future, Josh Bakes. But it's Rumour's day. Rumour has it.
it's one for you.
So I'm a dad. It's legal. Before we get ahead of ourselves, guys, we've got to hand it over to the judges as well to make sure everything's above board.
Yep. Hand it over to Steve Loren for the official decision in this heat. Over to you, please.
Winner is Dave Rumour.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, is our winner.
Wow, the tough thing is for these guys to get up and have to go again, isn't it? I mean, nice to have the win and advance, but tough the next leg.
And BT, the really tough thing that we put them through is talking to Gaz in between as well.
Yes, that's a real mission.
We punish the winner for some reason.
I think they'd rather go back up to the single bucket.
Here comes Dave Rumour for you.
All right, we're going to grab the winner for this heat. Dave, sorry, mate. I know you're absolutely exhausted. Come over here, mate. You come under the stand here, mate. We can just rest on this one, mate. That was exhilarating stuff. Talk me through it. You were consistent the whole way through. It was very, very tight going to the single buck. What were you thinking as you're going into that last discipline?
Oh, go fast.
Hey, it can be as simple as that, can't it be? The good thing were you were nice and consistent, not too many hang-ups on the single buck. How are you feeling competition-wise now moving into the next round?
Yeah, not too bad. Singled really well. If I can keep that up, I'll be happy. I'll be right. All these other blokes had a rest. I'm just warming up.
Mate, fantastic stuff. I'm not going to keep you too long. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Dave Rumer through to the next round.
There's a heap of it around home. Alrighty, it's time to get our next competitors onto the stage. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for Brody Dingle and Brent Rees.
I love the way they get their axes out and they just position it for the pickup on the way through. Have a look at this. The tiniest little touch of the axe splits the wood beautifully. Got to be easy to get out. Look at this one. Watch him hang this one up. Just a little sort of a half hit. Bang.
Sharp.
Sharp as.
We're just talking to Dave Rumer about the wood. Apparently quite sticky today. The axe is going in tough, but then on the other side, pulling it out is making things quite difficult as well.
I have so many gags about that, but I'm going to
leave it. You're better than that. You're actually not, but just leave it anyway.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this of course is the final heat. So we've obviously got so far through. We've got Glenn Gillam's gone through, Mitch Argent's gone through, Dave Rumer. Final heat, who's going to come through? Is it Dingle? Is it Rees? We're going to find out very soon.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your swords.
Dingle v. Rees for the last spot in the final 8.
Athletes, ready!
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off. It's Dingle to the wood first. He's a very, very, very good stock storer. Oh, he had just sort of hesitated a little bit there, just getting his equipment off, which means they both get to the wood first. Rees probably half a chop ahead. They're moving through this beautifully. They're literally turning. Bang on, they're both big, burly boys. This wood is flying. It's barely holding him in there. They're going to look to put the drivers in now. They put enough in. Wait for it. And it's Dingle that's through first. On to the single buck, but not too far behind him is the West Australian Brent Rees. Here he comes through. Want to get that technique going, Dan?
Dingle just a little false start there, just wobbled the saw a bit, but looking good now, pushing through. Rees is making wonderful time, actually.
Yeah.
From my point of view here, guys, it looks about neck and neck.
I reckon Rees might have just a slight stroke of a lead, but you don't want to say it, you don't want to give him the commentator's curse. How's
All
it
right,
looking?
we're getting to the end here. Cookie,
Yep.
there you go. Brent Reese has done it.
There we go. BT, how's it looking from back there, mate?
Yeah, those blades, incredibly long. They're into it here, though, and the heavy hitting continues on here. These guys have still got plenty of gas left.
About 6 hits each in the front so far. Dingle going for 8, 9, maybe 10 now. It looks like Reese has turned already, probably on 9
they
hits.
are absolutely exhausted, the boys. So this is where you've got to dig deep, BT. This is what we talked about before. This is where it's all heart. All you've got to do to get through. Who's going to win it? Make some noise for him, ladies and gentlemen. Final few hits.
This is for the last spot in the top 8.
Who's going to make it through to the final? Oh, is it? Oh, it's Dingle. He's just got it.
Terrible hang up there for Brent Reese, sadly. He will push through, though. Here we go. 1 more, 2 more, 3 more. Let's go, Brent. Get behind him, ladies and gents. Last one. Boom.
That is tough wood to deal with.
Yeah. That's what Dave Rumer was telling us before, that it's just hard work getting the axe in, and then the other side of the equation that people forget is getting the axe out, and it's quite sticky.
See the guys gassing. All right, we're going to hand it over to the judges for the official decision and winner for this final heat. Over to you, Mr. Steve Lorenz.
The winner is Brody Dingle.
All right, we're going to grab Bros for a quick chat there. Sorry, mate, I know you're exhausted. It's sometimes hard in the competition. Mate, nice and consistent there. Yeah. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm pretty gassed at the moment. Yeah. I probably had a bit of a pattern mistake with the underhand. Cut a good front. A little bit off balance, and it threw me out from the start, but that happens.
It just seemed, as we spoke to Dave Rumer, the wood being a little bit sort of dry, a bit sticky, it's sort of holding the accent, just giving you the extra work that you didn't necessarily want.
No, I'm loving it. No, I really am. Like the bigger boys here, more powerful, stronger guys. This is enough to take the arms off them. So gives us a bit smaller blokes a chance to run them down.
Mate, it's always a pleasure having you competition. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, through to the next round, Mr. Brody Dingle. Alrighty, so that is how it is. So in a couple of minutes' time, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do on the screen, we're going to show you the next round of competition so you can see who is competing. Of course, we're going through that. This is very exciting stuff. So we've had 8 guys competing then. The top 4 have gone through now, and they, of course, will be competing with our top 8. And they're going to... We've lost BT again. He's gone walkabouts.
He
BT, where are you?
I think technically the term is rove.
Oh, rove.
Yeah.
BT, where are you?
I'm over here, guys. I'm here. Excuse me, sir. What are you loving this today?
Loving it.
What do you love about it?
Oh, just good day out, enjoying the sun, something different.
Got to admire these guys that athletes, don't you?
Oh, they sure are. Us footballers.
Oh well, the footballers, yeah, very, very good. Are you loving the day today? It's an interesting sort of gag, isn't it?
Yes, it's very interesting.
What do you like about it?
Oh, I came down just to have a look.
And are you impressed?
Yes, very quick.
Absolutely. Came down thinking 7 out of 10. You got a 10 out of 10. It's that good. Also, don't forget over here at the STIHL TimberSports shop over here. Plenty of paraphernalia going off. A lot of content in here. So go in there, grab yourself a shirt, a hat, whatever you need is available in there as well. So back to you guys as they set up for the next. We have got 4 guys that have gone through to the next round now.
Wonderful, BT. Thank you. The STIHL Timbersports gear also doubles up as GWS Giants supporter kit as well, the wonderful orange and black. So if any of their 8 supporters are here, make sure you get over to the merchandise store. We've got to go the Lions.
Go. Oh, dear.
Power. Yeah, someone's heckling me. Could that be a power supporter, of course?
Are there any Port Adelaide supporters here? Adelaide supporters? Hawthorn supporters?
They wouldn't be seen in public, would they?
Please. We were choking on our premierships.
Peaked in 2015. When did you join, Gaz? Between 2008, you signed up as a Hawthorn supporter, didn't you?
Please, give me a spell.
About October, you bought your membership.
1991, when Deer were best on ground, bang. Yes. Okay, guys, turn your attention to the screens. We've got a little bit of STIHL product placement to give you here. So what have we got on the screens? Check it out.
Righto, Tim. STIHL battery tools. STIHL expert advice. And service. Only available from... a STIHL store. STIHL tools, support and advice. STIHL only from STIHL dealers.
You got the battery-powered event devices there as well. BT, favourite STIHL battery-powered device?
Hedge clipper. Hedge clipper is an absolute ripper. Plenty of power, plenty of guts. Don't have to carry a cord around. It is magnificent when you're outside and you just want a bit of freedom and you just go loose with the hedge clipper.
pair well with a blower, actually.
The blowers are fantastic.
Yep.
Those two blowers there are doing the job up here. Have a look at the small battery in the back. You can see the orange rectangle at the top. That's the battery.
Those two blowers is often what Gaz and I get referred to when we're doing our commentary.
Well, yeah.
Oh, commentary.
Yeah.
Commentary.
What do you think I meant?
I don't even know. I tuned out for a second there. Just came back in on blower.
So we've got 8 athletes left. That's it.
Yes.
8 left. So
8
what happens?
left.
What happens next?
We go elimination all the way. BT.
So what we'll do, we will get on the screen. We'll basically get the competitors up onto screen in terms of who we've obviously got competing.
So now we go to a straight quarterfinal and a semi-final. So quarterfinals first, and if you win it simple, you advance to the final 4 in the semis.
That's it, sir. And then after that, you'll have a small final to play for third. And then on this beautiful South Australian day, we'll have a grand final for the Australian Trophy champion.
Don't forget these guys are playing for prize money as well, the opportunity to be world champion and go over into the Netherlands and compete for Australia over there.
Yeah.
There's a lot at stake here for these guys, not just the guys that win, but even those below.
100%. And of course, it's always handy having that title, Australian Champion Trophy winner. A little bit of prestige, a lot of prestige with that one exciting.
Good to get it on the resume. Brad DeLosa chalking it up last year. Going to represent Australia last year, he did in Gothenburg, Sweden.
And as an Australian, any event internationally around the world, you guys have been telling me that you walk into any event as an Australian and you are the king or queen that walks into that event because we are the best at this.
Intimidating. There was a Kiwi for many years named Jason Wynyard who was exceptional as well, but no longer competes.
6'6", big, tall, mouldy boy.
I believe 9-time world champion he was. He didn't quite get
maybe
10.
pipping Dave Foster. Was Dave Foster multiple-time world champion?
Dave Foster was before the STIHL Timbersports, so he did a lot of the stuff when it was just the straight chop events. So we've got here, guys, now the quarterfinals. So this is how it's going to play out. We've basically got the 2 Victorians up against each other. In the first one, O'Toole v. Gillum. Then in the heat, we've got Braden Meyer, the Victorian, versus the Queenslander, Mitch Argent. Brody Dingle, another Queenslander, versus Dave Rumer, Victorian. And then, of course, the New South Welshman versus Dingle, number 2, the other Queenslander, going to be competing in the quarterfinal heat number 4.
I mean, I'll say it. You said Queensland a lot there.
Yeah.
I just noticed.
There's
quite a few.
Yeah, there's 3 Queenslanders,
pretty good.
3 Victorians.
Yeah, you got more people than us. So,
What's that?
You know, you're coming off a lower population base. I'm just saying, go the Maroons.
Didn't you live in Victoria for about 5-6 years?
It was brilliant too. I really love St Kilda's a glorious place.
It's just unusual that Queenslanders actually get this far, so that's why we mentioned it a couple of times.
It's a good goal. All right, I think we're nearly ready to rock and roll. So they're getting the athletes up here very, very soon. You guys are just getting the stage set up. Thank you so much. All right, so as we said, so in the first heat, we're going to have O'Toole v. All right, so O'Toole and Gillum. Now, looking at their PBs, guys, these are quick. So I don't think they're going to be getting in around their PBs as we've spoke about with this wood, with this poplar wood being a lot drier, stickier, I think was the term that a few of the boys used. So I'd say they're just getting obviously a few milliseconds getting the axe out of the wood.
What vintage wood is this? We've got to find out what vintage it is.
Yeah.
You know, like with wine.
Yeah,
This was a terrible year this year for poplar.
Well, yeah, I think it's probably a little bit our pay grade, but I'm sure we can speak to someone in the back. PT might be able to find someone that knows a little bit more about it than we do.
We'll send you roving.
All right, I'll find it.
So, yeah, Lawrence O'Toole v. Glenn Gillum. These are the absolute heavy hitters, the names we've got coming up here. Speaking of heavy hitters, look at the gents joining us down the front here. Lost your sleeves on the bus over, boys.
Alrighty, guys, we're going to do a bit of a scan for the TVs. So if you get your flags out, let's give them a bit of a wave, because we're going to be doing this, of course. The STIHL Timbersports does air on 7 Mate, goes throughout the year on Saturday mornings. Check your local guides, of course, for the competition. But give a bit of a wave, give a bit of a cheer so you can see yourself on TV.
I'll give something to the best waver, come on.
Yes, okay, well, we actually do have giveaways, I believe, but I don't know where we'll get them to come out.
Just give a bit of your time.
Yeah, okay.
It's a punishment, as we've discussed.
Yeah. What does one get for best waiver? I think that's a good question. I think the young fella here, he's got a pretty solid technique.
A lot of enthusiasm here. The viewers on 7 Mate appreciate this. We'll be using these cutaway shots for the TV show. You can check your local guides. It's on most weekends. STIHL Timbersports action.
I believe you do the voiceovers for the thing.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Can't
for
get
the
away
viewers.
from it.
Yeah.
Looks like we're nearly ready to speak. Waiting on the wood, I think. All right, so the athletes are at the back doing the wood draw, so they're basically going to pick. They're going to basically pick the wood that they're going to be going with. All right, I think BT might be the back. They're doing the wood draw there. BT, you back there? Do you know what's going on at the back there?
Well, we are at the back here, and I think they are about to draw the wood. I'm not sure how and why and how it's done, but I don't know whether anyone can explain. Who wants to explain how the wood is done? Come on, someone step forward. All right, Braden, tell us about this. What are you looking for? The wood draw is about to be done here. What are you actually looking for?
Well, every log is numbered 1 to, I think, 12. So this is the next round. So there's 4 pairs, and then the next round, that's a quarterfinal, and then that's a final over there. So every log is matched out of the same tree.
Right. Now, if you were looking to chop one of these 8 here, and I don't know whether you want to give anything away to your competitors just yet, but which ones would you choose?
Well, I don't think it really matters, but the 11s look pretty good for me, but luck of the draw, mate, that's how it works.
What are you looking for? Come on, let the secret out. What is it, the grain? What is it, the softness? What is it?
Well, it's the way the saw cuts. So if the log's nice and fluffy on the end, it usually means it's good wood. But if it's cut pretty glassy, that means it's hard.
It's as simple as that, guy. He's looking for a fluffy log. Can you believe it?
I never thought I'd hear Brian Taylor say that.
There's been a few firsts today, boys. I think that's definitely going to be one of them.
Well, if you have come out here to hear Brian Taylor say fluffy log, well done. Well done. You've chosen the correct thing to do with your Saturday. Yeah, give us a wave if you're up on the big screen there. So quarterfinals up next. Lawrence O'Toole v. Glenn Gillam, and then Braden Meyer, Mitch Argent, Jake Dingle, Dave Rumer, Brad DeLosa, Brody Dingle. Those are the 4 quarterfinals. Progress through to the semi with 4 athletes, and then we'll have a small final and a grand final from there, and we will know who is the Australian Trophy champion for 2023, Gaz Kempster.
Mate, speaking of trophies, I'm actually just sitting...
Don't touch that. It's like the Melbourne Cup. How dare you touch that without gloves on.
Got to put the white gloves on. So just having a look through it. So Mitch Argent 2017, Mitch Argent 2018. So we went back-to-back 2018. Lawrence O'Toole took it out in 2019, 2020. Mitch Argent then came back, won it in 2021. Did his knee. So he was out, missed last year. If you remember, he was out with his knee. And then we remember Brad DeLosa in that very, very tight, controversial finish. Took it out over Braden Meyer in 2022. Right. Who's going to take it out in 2023?
In 2022, there was a DQ to Braden Meyer, a safety DQ involving, I believe, eyewear. Gaz, goggles that got thrown across the stage, and the judges deemed that was an unsafe practice, and that DQ'd Braden Meyer in the grand final. So he finished second, and Brad finished first.
Yeah, but of course, we're of course back now. 2023, beautiful day. A little bit of wind about, which obviously not going to affect too much. But of course, we've got in the first heat Lawrence O'Toole.
Oh, having the best seats in the house up on the big screen now. It's where you want to be for the grand final, up there in a bucket.
Looks like there's all of no one in there at the moment, though. we'll padlock you boys in there.
That will be your prison, lads.
Just sit you in the top and we'll come grab you at 8. Alrighty, so we've got the World Championship highlight video from, of course, from last year, so to keep you guys fired up so you can see what some of these competitors did on the world stage. So check out the TV screens for a couple of highlights from the World Championship final.
Wow, some great time. That is insanity by Amanda Beebs. See again that Australian style of really using a quick axe to get into that wood. The new STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Rookie World Champion. That single buck, it's a solid discipline for him. And look how smooth he is with the start of that saw. Absolutely incredible skill there as the lead now really goes to Brad Delosa. And a bronze medalist, Brad Delosa.
Alrighty, a couple of minutes time, guys. The guys have just finally picked their logs and they're going to be getting things. So you can see them being brought out now. So if we've got a couple of minutes to go, guys, while we're doing that, just want to give a big shout out, of course, to the STIHL Timbersports, the merch stop there. Make sure you grab yourselves a hat. We've got the hat, we've got the shirts, we've got the competitor t-shirts as well. So grab something from there. And of course, we've got our STIHL dealers. So make sure you go have a chat with them. Talk about all the new STIHL products and of course, get the best purchase prices and deals with your local STIHL dealer.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to fire up things for this final. Make some noise for the two Victorians, Mr. Lawrence O'Toole and Glenn Gillam. Look at the strut there. Looks like a new homeowner. home owner. All right, the boys just getting the single bucks ready to rock and roll. This is going to be a lightning fast round, of course. Winners only now, boys. This is all we. This is what we came for. It's never good when you see two Victorians go against each other, because unfortunately there can only be one.
So 8 left in the hunt here with the men. 8 potential.
Here we go.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your swords. Athletes, ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's Gillam to the wood first. O'Toole flying through it though. They are neck and neck. Who's going to hit first? It is dead on. Oh, Lawrence has had a slip there. Hasn't affected him too much though.
Two of the absolute greats are still Timbersports. Lawrence O'Toole v. Glenn Gillam. Toole turns first. Glenn Gillam turning now. How many in the back to get the job done? Lawrence O'Toole, of course, has had the round off, which is going to help. He's going to be slightly fresher.
He's looking good, though. Both the boys looking good here. It's Lawrence that gets first. That's going to give him a few stroke lead going into the single buck. Glenn Gillam going to look to put the drivers
stance.
in. There it is. It's starting to move the wood there. There it goes. And he's onto it. Big breast taken in there, boys.
He's feeling that lactic burning now, and this is only going to get harder with the misery whip. Lawrence O'Toole pushing through.
How's he looking from the back there, BT? What do you reckon of the boys?
He's looking good, but he's feeling it. He's got nothing left in the tank. He's using every bit he's got here, O'Toole.
They're big, as we were sort of talking about. He's got that big wide stance. And when he's 6'7", you're bringing the axe back from deep. I think he knows he's got this one in the bag, so he's just starting to take the big breath in. Glenn's sucking him in as well. Let's make some noise for Adelaide. Get behind the boys.
He's got the Tiger Woods head speed on the axe, hasn't he? Yes, it is. The Axeman.
There it comes for O'Toole. There she goes.
Easy as you like.
Get behind one of our favourites here, though, a crowd favourite as well, Glenn Gillam, as he brings it home for 2023.
Yeah.
A wonderful competitor in his own right. It's not going to get it done today, but one more, he
Just
should
all on the
see
one
it
side.
through. Two legends of the sport. Unfortunately, only one can go through to the next round. That will be Lawrence O'Toole. Should everything be above board, Gaz, as well? We're going to have to get Steve Lorenz to comment on that after they do all the checking to make sure there will be no DQs. That would be disastrous.
Over to the judges, Steve Lorenz.
Winner is Lawrence O'Toole.
There it is. All right, we'll let him catch his breath and have a quick chat with him. One of the things, boys, that I know we don't have, but it would have been interesting, I'll talk to him about, is actually the splits between each discipline. That was without doubt the fastest single buck I've seen of the day by a mile. He literally flew through that one.
Well, he knew he had it in the bag then, you know, unless anything cropped up and surprised him and could kind of take his foot off the gas. Hey, let's give it up for Glenn Gillam, everybody.
He can go fishing now. Good job, mate.
One of the
Lawrence, sorry,
favourites.
I know you're exhausted, mate, so I'll keep my questions short and sharp.
The single buck, I reckon that was probably the fastest one I've seen of the day. How do you feel about that? Was probably your best discipline for that particular heat?
That's good to hear, Gaz. I'm glad you thought I went well, mate. Yeah, no, it felt good. Like, I didn't really have much pressure there, you know, so you can sort of relax a bit more and try and just stroke it properly, so that's probably why.
Fantastic stuff. I'll let you catch your breath. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, through the next round, Lawrence O'Toole. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our next round of competition. Please make some noise from Victoria, Braden Meyer, and from Queensland, Mitch Argent.
Queenslander. Braden Meyer coming very, very close last year to getting it done. Gaz, right up to the grand final. He's going to want to go one better this year. One step up the podium. Two of the greats here, two more chopperoos on stage. You're literally witnessing the best, not only in Australia, but in the world up on this stage.
Alrighty, exciting stuff here. As we sort of said, both these guys have actually won the Australian Champions Trophy multiple times. So who's going to win it? It's going to be anyone's. It's going to obviously come down to the day, consistency rolling through. Alrighty, looks like we're nearly ready to go. The guys are just marking up the logs now, getting everything in place. We're going to hand it over to our judges to get this next heat underway.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your swords. Athletes, ready!
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's Maya to the wood first. Putting a lot of pressure on that saw, keeping those revs up. Oh, they're neck and neck here. And they're literally in unison here. They have got very fast techniques. Dan, what are you seeing?
I'm seeing Braden Meyer, a world record holder in the underhand chop, getting the work done. He has done 4 hits on the backside before. Not going to be that today, given this tougher wood. Looks like he's up to 6 now, 7, 8 going in. Mitch Argent about to put the drivers through. I'd imagine getting close. There's Braden Meyer. That's how the best in the world do it. Mitch Argent has got the job done as well. He'll move over to the misery whip, Gaz.
As they're working through here, both these guys are world champions. They've represented Australia. They've done this a million times. It all comes down to the day, BT.
2 world champions going head for head, both stroking it well here on the misery whip at the moment. Looks like it might be just Meyer. Argent's made up a little bit of ground, and Meyer changes first.
Oh, they're blowing it big, but you can't rest on Mitch Argent here. He's one of the best in the world at the standing block. 2 left-handers with bad intentions, axe in hand. They turn first. It's Meyer. It's going to be very close. Of course, Argent here on his heels. He turns now. How many hits is it going to take to go through? Let's get behind him, Adelaide. Come on.
Has Meyer done enough on the front to get a quick job on the back? Argent is hot on his heels. Meyer's done it. He will be the first through to the semi-final for 2023. Mitch Argent just wrapping up now as well. Let's get behind him, Glenn Elgin, push him over the line.
Looks like they're cutting through cement, doesn't it?
There it is.
There it is.
Second through, my apologies. Second through, joining Lawrence O'Toole, of course.
I'll tell you what.
In the semi.
He had to go all the way, though, didn't he? He had to use the energy right to the end.
Yeah. These boys, like, they're both very, very good with axe in hand. It's like with their standing block, underhand chop, it's where they excel. So they couldn't think. The boys are just having a discussion.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do we got here?
They're laughing. That's always good. I don't even know who's more nervous, us commentators or the athletes.
Braden's laughing, but the 3 judges look rather stern.
Had a few umpire run-ins over your time, BT.
Oh, gee, they're very, very officious.
Sorry to interrupt you, Dave. Steve Lorenz, we'd like to know if who's won. Over to you.
The winner is Braden Meyer.
There it is.
Joining Lawrence O'Toole in the semi-finals.
Is that 2 Victorians through, Matt?
Well, I mean, we don't need to keep count. What matters is that there were 3 Queenslanders involved.
I'll see if I can get one for you, boys. Hang on.
Probably slowing him down, actually, carrying weight.
Maybe we can get one of the still guys to spray up the front end. While we're doing that, I was going to have a quick chat with Braids. Sorry, mate. I know it's bloody exhausting today. I'll keep the questions short and sharp. Mate, nice solid there. The wood looks like it's a little bit more difficult today than it has been in the past.
Yeah, it's a bit firmer, but that's timber sports, mate. You just got to push through.
How are you feeling so far?
I don't feel real fit, so I'm pushing myself pretty hard, so we'll see.
Luckily, you got the technique going through there. You're quite consistent throughout obviously going through them. How are you feeling about going to obviously next round of competition? You got through there pretty sort of steady. You got a bit more in the tank, no doubt.
Yeah, I could probably push myself a bit more. I knew Mitch was a bit buggered, so I thought I'd take it a bit easier.
Mate, congratulations. Always love having the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, world champion, Australian champion, make some noise, Braden Meyer. Alrighty, while we're getting set up for the next round and heat of competition, we've got a bit of a video. So I think it's one of the axes. I'll have to stand by. I'm as excited as you are because I don't know what it is. So turn your attention to the TV screens, please.
The axes used in STIHL TIMBERSPORTS definitely can't be bought at a hardware store. Made from special steel, the blades vary in width from 19 to 21 centimeters wide and weigh between 2.5 to 3.5 kilograms. Each axe is hand sharpened with a bevel angle of 13 to 16 degrees and is so sharp you can shave them. Top athletes bring up to 8 axes to a competition, each one slightly different to account for any variances in the wood.
Alrighty, so next round of competition coming up very soon. We got Jake Dingle and Dave Rumer coming up. The boys are ready to go. We're just getting final preparations in place, and we're going to get this heat number 7 underway.
So have you got any idea, Gaz, of how the heats work? For instance, Lawrence O'Toole we know through, Braden Meyer through, and who competes against who in the semi?
Good question. Before we do that, we'll quickly just introduce the boys. Adelaide Glenelg, can you please make some noise for our Heat 7 competitors, Jake Dingle and David Rumer? Yeah, good question, BT. So the guys, so we've obviously got through Lawrence O'Toole going through and Meyer going through. Yeah, 1, 4, 2, 3. Alrighty, the boys getting themselves in position here. As we sort of said, those axes just sliding in. The issue's been sliding them out, hasn't it? It's been tough
been pulling them out, so they've had to work it both ways. Both Dingles through to these quarterfinals.
Yeah. I don't know if we've had before. We've actually had. Look, I know there's definitely another Meyer. There's a few obviously family connections in the Timber Sports family, but it'd be interesting to see if both or either of the boys can get through it or none.
So how far are they allowed to go into the log here?
It's literally just a couple of millimeters. They can just literally just get a few strokes in, just so they're not sort of starting on a fresh log. You sort of see, just so that the saw can sort of rest on there. Because if you hadn't cut on there, it would just fall over. Alrighty, over to the judges. Heat number 7 underway.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your saws. Athletes, ready!
Alrighty, they're waving them off, boys. They're waving the boys off, so they're going to, I think they're going to restart.
Can we have a restart?
A little bit of a false start here, but we're ready to go again.
Just building that tension, BT.
Yep. Very tense here. You can feel it. Have a listen to it. Goodness gracious.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your saws.
Dingle v. Rumer.
Athletes, ready!
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's Rumer to the wood first. Dingle with probably putting a little bit more pressure on the saw. Oh, those cookies dropped exactly same time, and they're both who's gonna hit the wood first? It's Dingle with a slight, I'm talking not even like one chop lead here, but here comes Dave Rumer. Wood chips are flying everywhere. This is gonna be a tight one. Dingle turns first. Rumer's gonna look to get behind him. BT, how's it looking back there?
Yeah, Dingle went really deep on the first one, so there's not gonna be much to do on the backside of this one. He's looking to goods to finish this log first. Can he do it? Yes, it looks like Dingle's gonna get there, breaks it open, and now they move on to the second last leg.
Here they go. This with the misery wet, the single buck. This is where it really starts to hurt. You feel it turning on the guts. You've really got to dig deep here, get the breathing, get that rhythm as we spoke about. Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm.
Dingle looking really good here. He's got exactly what you've asked for, that rhythm. He's almost through this log, I reckon, about 9/10 through. And he's just got hung up a little, but he still gets to the log first.
This is close. Dave Rumer's sucking in the big ones. He's going to have to dig deep here if he's any chance of catching him. Dingle looks really fit, doesn't he, on stand number 1 there? But Dave Rumer has got all the power coming through it. Who's going to turn first? It's going to be very, very close. It's Dingle that turns first. Rumer is hot on his heels. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Adelaide get behind him. They're going to look to put about 8 strokes in the back. They're coming through deep. Who's going to come? Rumer's coming very close. It's Dingle on 1. Rumer on 2. Oh! That was close, PT.
One in it in the end. Dingle, as you said, got through. He looked extremely fit. Well done to him, because Rumer was coming from nowhere from behind.
He was digging deep there. It was, I think it was all heart, wasn't it? That was close. All right, he's just taking the big ones in. We're going to get the athletes to the front of the stage and going to give the official decision in this heat. We're going to go through to the next round. Over to you, Steve Lorenz.
Winner is Jake Dingle.
There he is, Jakey Dingle. All right, I'll have a quick chat with Jake Dingle in a sec there. Once he obviously gets all his stuff and collects a little bit of his breath back there. All right, Jakey Dingle. Sorry, mate, I know you're exhausted, so I'll be quick. Mate, I'll tell you what, you're looking fit. You look solid up there. How's the fitness?
Yeah, going all right. I was lucky. Cut one less round than Dave, but yeah, same situation last year. We come up against us in this round, and yeah, Dave beat me. So a bit of trash talk out the back all morning, but yeah, got the win.
It's nice to fire up there. I'll tell you what, you had a decent little lead there, but we know he's good on the standing block, and he came home. He was banging with heart, but I really feel like your fitness across the 4 disciplines really helped you. Transitions were quick. You look fit. You look confident. You're looking good. How are you feeling going into the next round?
Yeah, hopefully I can recover in the next 15, 20 minutes, and yeah, set a few more up and have another crack.
Well, mate, I'll stop talking to you, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause, please. Jake Dingle through to the next round of competition. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our final heat, heat number 8. Who's going to be making it through? Let's please give them a big Adelaide welcome. Brad DeLosa and Brody Dingle!
So Brad DeLosa, the winner of last year, of course, went on to win the World Championship as well. And he's looking for a berth in the semi-finals here. The last of 4, that's what's on offer. We've got 3 semi-finalists. They place the axes in the wood. They'll line up the saws and they'll warm up the chainsaws and be ready to rip shortly.
And I'll tell you what, BT, it's an exciting one because it's another state of origin, New South Wales v Queensland. So I know Dan gets excited at these ones when it's the Maroons v the Blues.
Yes, 8 straight, baby. And that's going back some years. I've rewound the clock like you did to a decade ago to 2013.
The heyday, whatever they call it.
So we got here DeLosa, Dingle, of course. Origin time, baby.
Alrighty, here we go. Final heat.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your saws.
Here we go.
Athletes, ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
DeLosa on 1, Dingle on 2. DeLosa with a slight lead, Dan.
The defending champion drops a cookie at exactly the same time as Dingle. Obviously, got to make sure that you place those safety goggles down. We saw a DQ in the final last year for a goggle violation.
Could there be a big upset here? Everyone expects DeLosa to get through. Dingle might have written his own book here, though. He's got a slightly, probably a stroke and a half going into, of course, the single buck. It's anyone's here. Whose wood is going to cut first, and they're going to make it through. I can see it both going. It's DeLosa who's taking back a lead, but Dingle hot on his heels.
This is where DeLosa will rise to the top on the single buck if he is in his regular form, which it looks like he is. Dingle doing a tremendous job.
DeLosa, one less round that he's competed in. Is this going to matter in the last chop here?
Oh, this is going to be tight. I reckon Dingle's got the lead.
Oh, that is exceptional from Dingle, Brad DeLosa.
Here we go, everybody. It all comes down to this. Adelaide, let's make it. Let's set the roof. Here we go. It's DeLosa on one, Dingle on two. Dingle turns first. He's sucking in the big ones. DeLosa's behind him. Dingle could be up one of the biggest upsets in STIHL Timbersports here. Has he written his own book? Swing for swing, blow for blow. Dingle on two, DeLosa on one. DeLosa!
Brad DeLosa showing why he is one of the best in the world, the defending champion. Get behind Dingle, though, as he puts the drivers through. One more here, should do it. Two more should do it. There he goes. Well done, Brody Dingle.
I think Dingle might have had a knot there.
Yeah, looks like a tough block there for Dingle. Seeing a lot of that today. Tough wood, guys.
I reckon Brody Dingle had a knot right in the middle of his log there, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunate, but it's all part of STIHL Timbersports.
Tell you what, Brody Dingle there, that was one of the best, most exciting rounds of Australian Champions trophies I've ever seen.
How about his single buck to keep up with Brad DeLosa?
Over to the judges.
Steve Lorenz, what do you got, mate? Oh, wonderful
Winner is
sportsmanship.
Brad DeLosa.
There it is.
Nice one.
Give Brody Dingle a round of applause, though, as well, ladies and gents. To keep up with Brad DeLosa on the single buck is no mean feat. And it came down to, what, 3 or 4 hits at the end there. Right, I might take this opportunity to get Brad on the microphone. I know you're sucking in the big ones, Brad, but how did that feel, mate? I mean, normally you get it done on the single buck. When you looked over and Brady was hot on your heels, that must have been a stressful moment.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Brady's a great up-and-coming competitor and pushed me all the way, so well done.
All right, where to from here, mate? Out the back and just sit down and get the head right for the next one, the semi?
Yeah, just try and go and suck a bit of oxygen in and have a little bit of recovery and try and come out and do it all again.
Having done it last year, is that more pressure or less pressure? Like, you've chalked one up. Now, is there more pressure to go back-to-back?
Oh, I don't really feel too much pressure. I just try and do the best I can, you know. So I've had a pretty good career and everything I get from here on in's a bonus.
He's a cool, calm, collected individual. Brad DeLosa there. One of the absolute greats on the world stage of timber sports. We're in STIHL Timbersports royalty here, the company.
Alrighty. Now, I can't see BT, which means he's gone walkabouts again.
Oh,
so
roving BT.
Yeah. But BT, we got you. You're here somewhere.
Yes, we're just about ready to get underway out here in a couple of seconds, so be with you in just a moment or two, guys.
Fantastic
just testing
stuff.
something out, and then we're just going to have a wander around here. Stay tuned.
All
You're gonna see
righty.
a lot of stuff you don't know about.
Have we accidentally crossed you in the Portaloo, BT? We'll leave him to it, whatever he's doing.
All right, you see the crowd. They give a bit of a wave to the crowd there, guys, as we pan through. Oh, there's BT. Look at it. Looks like he's just appearing from nowhere. Is BT the surprise competitor, maybe? He's taking the wild card. All right, guys, we're going to give out a few prizes very soon as well. I think we've got a few giveaways as well. We've got the cookies, so stay tuned for that. All righty. BT, I think we're going to cross back to you there, mate. Who have you got back there?
BT, come in, BT.
Yes, thank you. Here I am, guys. Just as you can see, Brad DeLosa just taking a bit of a rest. A lot of other guys cleaning up their gear here that have finished the competition so far. So the others getting ready for the semis, which are coming up very, very shortly. Just come with me and we'll have a bit of a look around here. Come this way. We're going to have a bit of a look over here and see the wood. You can see Lawrence O'Toole just in front of me over here, checking out his wood, marking it all up. Not quite sure exactly what he's looking for. What are you actually marking there, Lawrence? What are you looking for?
I'm just putting where I want to chop, BT. I open the front up with a 11-inch scarf and then try and match it in the back with another 11-inch scarf.
Are you liking the log you've got?
Well, it's the only one I got, so I've got to like it.
Get used to it, mate. Good luck in the final. Congratulations to you there in the final four. Over here, you can see all the guys. Chainsaws are all being ready to go. You can see a couple of the chainsaws in here. The boys and the mechanics have tuned them all. They have all, I think, have they not? They've all got brand new blades on them. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Yes. So everyone's got a brand new blade. Everyone's got the equal machinery. Just come around here. Careful not to chip over the logs here. And come up here and we'll have a look at these guys up here. Unbelievable. There's one of the spare chainsaws there. As we come up here now, and these guys who have done an absolutely brilliant job up here today, sorting all of this out, doing a magnificent job. We are getting set. We are getting set here for the two semi-finals, which are about to come your way very, very shortly. This is unbelievably exciting, and we're looking to find out the guy that's going to take on the world.
Good on you, BT. Sensational job there, roving all over for us. Brilliant insight we're getting. Fancy going to a conference and then popping out on your lunch break and seeing a bunch of enormous men and women wielding chainsaws. Well done to everybody up there at what looks like the Promenade restaurant up on the balcony. We've got a mezzanine level this year.
Oh, have a look. They're just having a few cheeky lattes at the top. Alrighty, I think we've got an electronic mower, the new steel electronic mower.
A robot.
The IMO. So guys, check on out the screens to see what this new superstar product is all about.
Perfect lawn and more time for garden projects. Robotic mowers by STIHL. Only from your local STIHL dealer.
I believe next year, guys, those robot mowers are getting so good, they're going to get them to do the commentary.
I tell you what,
They're
Chat
gonna mow the grass
GPT will
out
have
here.
our jobs in no time.
Can't get much worse. Okay, on to the semi-final, and these are some of the biggest names in STIHL Timbersports.
Yes.
Really, the cream has risen to the top here, mate.
Yeah, so it's O'Toole v Meyer, Dingle v DeLosa.
Huge.
I'm not sure we're allowed to bet on stuff, boys, but yeah.
Don't gamble responsibly. Don't think anyone's framed up a field. So this would be the third win for Lawrence O'Toole should he take it out, the second for Brad, and the first for the others.
Alrighty. Dan, while we're waiting, I think we've got the men's world championship highlights from 2022. So check out the screens, guys, for a little bit of action from the men's final from 2022, last year.
3, 2, 1, go!
Been close a couple of years, and to get back on top's a great feeling and something I get very proud of.
Alrighty, Dan, guys, it's getting very exciting here. We're getting things fired up. We are down to 4. And
minutes time, guys. We're going to find out who the Australian Trophy Champion for 2023 is.
BT, did you think that STIHL Timbersports could be this exciting?
It is absolutely unbelievable. It's one of those sports where you go, why haven't I been here for the last 30 years watching this stuff? It is very, very exciting. These four are real close match. They're going to get even closer in this final couple of heats here.
And it's interesting, like you made a good point early, like probably an early meditation before you've actually learned everything you've learned today, which has been quite interesting to how you've taken it up. You spoke about the style of athletes that we've got. You had the old school, we've got the new school. You literally have got that. Brad DeLose has been doing this all his life. Lawrence O'Toole, travels around, does it full time. Got that obviously athlete. Dingle looks fit, and then you've got someone like Braden Meyer. Doesn't necessarily look like your conventional athlete per se,
well,
but God, he's good.
In the first heat, in the first semi, you got Meyer versus O'Toole. Two totally opposite in the way they prep. So it's going to be interesting to see which one pays off there.
And as you said, the two Victorians going, it's always a shame you want to sort of see these guys go through the final. It's going to be neck and neck. Lawrence is sort of coasted through, as has Meyer to a degree in terms of they're that good.
I want the best guy to go through, though. I want the best guy to represent Australia in the world. So that's what I want.
100%. Who's going to take it out, Dan? Who's your pick?
I was just going to say we could potentially see. I mean, they all deserve to be there, but obviously you've got to perform on the day. But Lawrence O'Toole v. Brad DeLose. It could come down to that.
100%. It's been that way for year after year.
It could be Lawrence's third and Brad's second
you've given
back-to-back.
Braden Meyer away, have you?
It's tough. It's tough, BT.
He's we're looking at good. He actually he won last year, but lost on a protest.
We're looking at 3 chopperoos here, 3 of the best on earth. Get it done today here at Glenelg.
And how's Jakey Dingle come from nowhere to make it through to the semi? So this is very, very exciting stuff. They're getting the last things in place here. So as we sort of said, for the first, so Heat 9, Heat 10, this is going to be, to make it through to the final, O'Toole's going to be on stand 1, Meyer on stand 2. Yeah. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Just waiting for the official thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide, Glenelg, I need you to make as much noise as you've made today as we welcome Braden Meyer, Lawrence O'Toole. It's finals time.
2 chopperoos, 2 of the greatest to ever do it up on stage, but only one can go through.
So Braden Meyer, the boy out of Broadford in Victoria, and of course Lawrence O'Toole out of Doncaster in Victoria here as well. Set for this one. This will be epic, this final. These 2 guys, both, you could put an argument together that they both deserve to be on the plane to the Netherlands at the end of this.
But as we know, but boys, especially in Stihl Timbersports, there can be only one.
Because Braden Meyer was up there last year. He's looking to go one better this year. Lawrence O'Toole's got it done a couple times before. Stihl Timbersports royalty, generations worth of wood chopping. Finely tuned machine. But you've got to perform in the moment. One hang-up can ruin it all. One stick in the wood, and the wood is sticky today.
This is going to be close here, boys. Blink and you'll miss it.
What are we looking at time? Is it possibly under a minute here?
Probably not with today's wood.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your swords.
Minute 20 would be red hot today, I reckon. Yep. Under a minute 20 would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Athletes, ready.
Go.
Oy.
Missed the countdown there.
We missed the 3, 2, 1.
Have a look at the conference up on the balcony up there. They've all come out to watch these last couple of finals as well. Got a good view up there.
Even the computer got excited.
Confirm the timing centre's good to go.
Oh.
Just adds to the
Wouldn't be,
excitement,
wouldn't be
doesn't it?
Timber Sports with a little bit of a...
just starting to get a bit edgy here. The chief judge, he's a little concerned. Yes, sir.
Someone turn that computer off and on again with an axe, please.
Terrible time for a software update.
All right, we're good to go.
Okay, guys, we start the warm-up again.
Oh, okay.
Drama.
Wow. We. Yo.
Gentlemen, warm-up is yours. Athletes, ready!
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off and soaring! O'Toole on 1, Meyer on 2. Whose cookie will drop first, Dan?
Meyer to the wood first, and Meyer's cookie has dropped first in about those proportions. Meyer first to the underhand chop. How many is it going to be in the front?
BT, how's it looking from the back there?
Yeah, it's looking like it might be Meyer as he turns first. Doesn't matter who turns first, it's how deep they've gone.
Yep.
And I tell you what, O'Toole went very deep. This is going to be really tight.
Oh, they're going for it. They're on about an 8 hit, looking for the drives. There they go. They're both through.
It
Here
is
it
hardwood
comes.
today. It was about 10 in the
Yep.
front, 10 in the back from Meyer, and he's one of the best to do it. O'Toole struggling a little bit to get the saw going, but it's going now.
It's rhythm. Look at the different technique. You've got the wide stance on O'Toole, short and sharp strokes from Meyer.
Going to have to come from behind here, O'Toole. He's maybe just a click or two behind here.
This is going to be neck and
Here he
neck.
goes.
No,
Braden Meyer
it's hang up
taking it
from
deep.
O'Toole.
O'Toole's behind him. It's going to come down to what sort of wood. It's been there all day. He's 2 strokes ahead, BT. How's it looking?
Yeah, well, O'Toole's making a little bit of a comeback. He's starting to make a real indent into that wood now. Have a look at Meyer go. O'Toole turns, but he turned early.
O'Toole is on the back. Meyer turns now. O'Toole is working his way through the backside. Will he put enough in the front? Because Meyer is devastating that block. It's Lawrence O'Toole getting it done in the first semi-final. Braden Meyer knocks the block off.
He has come from nowhere, O'Toole. He was behind in that leg and somehow got there.
If that was a Flemington straight, he came from about 4 lengths deep there, boys. That was incredible.
Put your hands together for Lawrence O'Toole, ladies and gentlemen, maybe. Possibly.
Steve Lorenz will confirm everything and we'll make sure it's all above board and we'll find out who's taken out the first semi-final right now.
Winner is Lawrence O'Toole.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'll grab our first through to the final, boys.
Great observation there from BT. So what were you just saying, Brian?
Just Lawrence O'Toole being a little bit behind as he came into that last leg there, and he stayed really cool. He didn't panic. He didn't start to fasten his stroke. He turned early, so he had more hits on the other side of the wood. And at that stage, I thought he was done, but he stayed cool.
Didn't panic when he got a big hang-up on the single buck as well. Right at the end, just trying to get that cookie off. The saw jagged. He went through, and like he said, he was chasing his tail right up to the standing block chop. Just remain composed. That's experience there. That's a 2-time winner. Just knowing how to stay steady, guys. Let's talk to him.
All right, to have a quick chat with our winner. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. First athlete through to the final, Lawrence O'Toole. How you feeling, mate?
Mate, that was a dirty run. Just missed a switch on the stock, so I turning it off. Went terrible in that. Opened up pretty ordinary in the underhand. Hung up in the single buck.
And through to the final.
That's it, mate.
The BT made a really good point. Yeah, kept your composure. You actually came from behind there and finished nice and strong. Doesn't matter how you get the win as long as you get the win. Isn't that right?
That's it, mate. So hopefully we can string a few decent cuts together next round.
Get it out of the way. Look forward to seeing you in the final. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, congratulations. First through to the final, Lawrence O'Toole. Keep your applause going for Braden Meyer as well.
Alrighty. He's very composed. Who's he going to meet in the grand final? Will it be Jake Dingle? Will it be Brad DeLosa? And then, of course, Braden Meyer will be playing the loser of that heat for third place. So composed, Lawrence O'Toole. It's like Kobe Bryant. Job's not done.
Job's not done.
Job's not done.
And the exciting thing here is obviously Lawrence O'Toole through. If Jake Dingle can pull off what we probably call the upset of STIHL Timbersports history, make his way through to the final, it will literally be a David and Goliath because he is a short, well-built, built young man. But he's going against Jake Dingle, who's probably sitting at about 5'9", 5'10", up against the 6'7". He's got everything on his side, Lawrence O'Toole.
And I've been trying to work out with Brad DeLosa, what is it that makes him so good? Is it his fitness? He's not overly huge compared to some of the guys he's competing. Is it his rhythm? Is it his style, skill? What is it?
The word's consistency.
Right.
He's just consistent. He's just every discipline he does. He's obviously very, very good. We know how good he is. Obviously on the single buck, he's just consistent. He puts in the same when he wins. Obviously a lot of the ones when we're aggregating in the other STIHL Timbersports series we do. He doesn't necessarily always get first, but he's always third, fourth. He's just consistent.
Well, what you can't underestimate with Brad DeLosa is the engine too, BT. It's a big engine. He trains for this. He does those gym classes, the F45 style, where you go from exercise to exercise, you do not get a break. And he practices at home. He sets all this stuff up.
You were saying before, because I was saying how some of the choppers lose ground in the transition from one discipline to the next. You were saying that he actually practices that little run.
And where to place equipment, on what side, to just eliminate any lapses. He's Rafael Nadal-esque in his organisational ability.
Alrighty, boys, without further ado, it's time to welcome our final competitors. Who's going to make it through to the final? Adelaide Glenelg, can we please give a big round of applause for our two competitors, Jake Dingle and Mr. Brad DeLosa. All right, so Lawrence's time there was 1:23.64, which I think was one of the fastest times of the day as well. Shocker.
Yeah, as we, prognosticated before, under 120 is going to be outstanding.
Yes. All righty. Over to the judges very soon. We're going to get this final heat underway, and this, of course, is for the second and final place in the STIHL Timbersports Australian Champions Final.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your swords. Athletes, ready!
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off. Oh, DeLosa to the sword fastest there. It's DeLosa getting to the underhand shot, but Dingle is right on his heels here. This is literally a David and Goliath battle. The veteran, the champion versus the up-and-comer. It's going to come down to this. They're going to have to put in a heap of work in the front side there, flipping over to the back. Dingle is not far off the pace here. If he can stick with him into the single buck, that's where the true measure of the competition is going to come through with our winner. What are we looking at there, Dan? What can you see?
Well, look at Brad DeLosa about to take on his specialty here, the single buck. He's going to be hard to beat if he gets into his rhythm and saws that cookie off. Jake Dingle, though, just getting started now.
Yep, BT Dingle with a heap of work to do there.
Yeah, got hung up a couple of times there. Just slowed him down and upset his rhythm. He's just starting to work into it now. But have a look at DeLosa.
Oh, this is an absolute clinic here, guys. Look at the time, 58. He's going to look to do this in under. If he does it under a minute 23, it'll be a bit of a statement going into the final if he can make it through. 1:05 now. He's put a lot of work in the front there, Dan.
I dare say that he's slowing up. With respect to Dingle now, he's going to put in the minimum amount of effort required, but he'll get it done in good time, though. We just tick over that minute 20 mark. Dingle is going to turn soon, though, so Delos is probably going to get a little hurry on.
He's done very well.
There we go.
There he goes.
128.
The heart did start beating.
I tell you what, I reckon he put it back into third there.
Yeah, but the heart did start beating a bit quicker when Dingle turned. Dingle getting the job done now.
Let's give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. What an effort by Jake Dingle.
Outstanding. Could still place third today. So we're going to have the small final for third place, and then going into Delosa v O'Toole for the grand final.
So that will be, if I'm correct, that'll be Meyer versus Dingle for the bronze.
Fancy being Dingle now. He needs to back it up immediately with another round.
Oof.
Yeah, straight into the small final. This is
Delosa versus O'Toole in the final.
We've had that once or twice before.
Well, let's find out, actually. Steve Lorenz.
Winner is Brad Delosa.
Yes, BT. Delosa v O'Toole. So poor old Jake Dingle. It's the worst spot to be in today to do that heat and then go immediately into the small final for third place. It's a shocker.
It's he's quite fit. If you wanted someone to do it, he's probably one of the fittest guys on tour.
Yeah. So he'll go refresh very quickly, go straight out, and then Brad will take on Lawrence for the big one.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Jake. Ladies and gentlemen, big one more time. Jake Dingle, everybody.
We'll see him again in about 12 seconds when he comes out to fight for third.
Mate, here we are again through to the Australian Champions final. That was a nice, consistent run there. You looked like you were probably put the foot off the gas just a little bit on that last one when you knew you had it in the bag.
Yeah, I tried to taper off, just save a little bit of energy because I haven't got much in the tank.
I've lost count on how many Australian champion trophies you're up to. How you feeling going into this one here? Obviously, they're all very, very special. Big crowd here. Adelaide once again turned it on. How you feeling going into the final?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm pretty knackered, so hopefully a few minutes rest will do me the world of good, but certainly be a tight race, Lawrence is a great competitor. We competed against each other for years, and I'm sure, we'll both give it what we got.
Well, mate, I'm going to shut up and let you get some rest. Ladies and gentlemen, through to another final, Mr. Brad Delosa. Alrighty, so boys, what are we down to? So the final, we've said it so many times in STIHL Timbersports history, Delosa v O'Toole. It's an age-old battle, but here we are again. The two best guys, probably the most consistent all day, giving away a few cookies at the front there.
Eyes up on the big screen here. We've mentioned the single buck, the misery whip, many times over the course of the day. What actually is it? We'll tell you right now. The 2-metre long cross-cut saws used for the single buck discipline are made especially for competitive sport. A series of consistently patterned 10-centimetre long teeth are cut with a laser on one side of the saw and then hand sharpened to an extremely sharp point. Cutters that slice through the timber and rakers that clear the chip out from the cut, just like on vintage saws. The saws weigh about 5 kilos and cost upwards of $3,000. $3,000 piece of equipment there. What a beautiful device that is. Not to operate, just to behold the engineering that goes into it, the peg and raker system. So we're going to see it for the last 2 times today. The small final into the big one, the grand final. Who wins it, Gaz?
I think Braden Meyer takes out. He's obviously former champion. Probably his fitness this year might have let him down a little bit in terms of last year he was in good shape. It's hard when obviously going into these competitions sort of thing with the preparations and whatnot. Busy time of year, especially when a lot of these guys do work. But I would give it to Braden Meyer. But Dingle's been great all day.
Who wins the big one though?
I reckon O'Toole.
BT, who wins the big one for you today, mate?
I think O'Toole as well. I think the extra 15 minutes rest for O'Toole over Delosa is big when you get down to this stage of the day.
It's a genuine factor, and fancy being Jake Dingle now. I'll go have a 90-second rest, bro, and we'll see you back here.
Yeah.
They literally reset the stage and out you come again.
So Braden Meyer should get over Jake, I would have thought. But the other one's O'Toole.
Give me neck and neck.
You never know what curveballs the STIHL Timbersports universe will throw you, and sometimes it throws a nice big knot into your piece of wood and you break an axe.
As long as I can tell you this, boys, as long as it doesn't end in a DQ, I'll be happy. As long as we get a fair result.
It did last year. We saw Braden Meyer won as far as we were concerned.
Yeah.
And then it was a DQ, and then Brad DeLosa won. So you just never know what the still Timber Sports gods are going to throw up. But there it is, Braden Meyer v. Jake Dingle for the small final, and then the big final for the Australian Champions Trophy. Lawrence O'Toole v. Brad DeLosa. Heart says Brad, head says Lawrence.
Yeah, we obviously we're all big Brad DeLosa fans, but my Victorian bias always comes through this time. I just like everyone to get a win, but they've already won. So
Brad would be backing it up. Lawrence would be getting his third. I just love seeing greatness unfold, and we're looking at two of the greats in the final here, and a couple of brilliant athletes in the small final as well.
Lawrence O'Toole won in 2019 and 2020.
And yeah, so he's got the 2, and Brad DeLosa's actually only got the 1 in 2022.
Last year. Correcto. And then Mitch Argent has 3, I believe.
Yes, and Braden Meyer with 1. Alrighty, so this is the small final, if you want to call it that, the bronze medal match.
Yes, sir.
The boys were saying, speaking of great commentators, Bruce McAvaney lives down the road from here.
I thought you were going to mention PT for a second.
That is right, but let's not tell everybody.
He's not from Adelaide.
Is he busy?
No, he's over in Melbourne doing the races today, so he's a bit busy.
How old is Bruce McAvaney now?
He's over 60. Let's put it that way.
Old enough to party.
He's still got the commentating voice of an angel.
He's the best commentator we've ever had in the world.
BT, my favourite commentary call of yours happened to be a kick, I believe, that went in for goal from the centre square, and some colourful language may have been used. Yeah, I'm just saying, just behave yourself today, right? It's a family show.
Well, if I get excited, you never know what might happen.
I watch that every few months.
And I am genuinely excited here today.
There's obviously a little bit of rope between TV and radio commentating in terms of the red tape. That you can say a little bit more on radio.
Yeah, no, you can be a little bit more yourself on radio. You're on radio for 6 hours a day, TV 4 hours. You know, you basically get told what to say and how to say it. So definitely a lot more freedom to talk on the radio than there is the TV.
That famous call, the goal from the centre square, was it was that Collingwood West Coast Grand Final?
No, I think it was the Western Bulldogs.
Well, that's you're right. Yeah, 2016. Yeah.
Who kicked the goal? Who was it? Oh,
Boy,
right.
I believe the call was he's kicked it from the centre square.
I actually watched that from my Ibiza. It was 2 in the morning. had an Aussie crew over there watching it.
Just while we're setting up the stage here, let's switch sports quickly. What are some of your favourite AFL games of all time? Would that Bulldogs famous win in 2016 be up there?
That'd be one of them. The greatest game of football that I've ever seen took place between Geelong and St Kilda at Marvel Stadium. St Kilda were undefeated. Geelong were undefeated. 2009 it was. 14 wins each they had at that stage of the year. It was the most epic game I've ever seen in my life. The most intense, full-on game, including all of the grand finals I've seen. And I've seen every grand final since 78.
Gee, they were unbelievable in that period, weren't they? St Kilda and Geelong. It was a Nick Rewald era.
Yep, it was. The Saints, and Ross Lyon was coaching back then, and he's back there now.
We could talk about the...
Ross Lyon's coaching the Saints again, is he? That's right. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to mention 2008, just for your behalf, guys. We're talking about Geelong and the dynasty there, the one that they were absolutely guaranteed to win. 2008.
Yes.
Couldn't lose it apparently.
I remember I was at the showgrounds. I was watching it from the showgrounds. I was doing a commentating gig for Hewlett Packard.
Gaz is a mad Hawks nuffy. If you haven't guessed.
Good luck. There'll be nothing for him for the next 10 years.
It's going to be.
He's had enough silverware, to be honest.
It's going to be a little bit slim pickings for.
Your trophy cabinet looks like Brad DeLosa and Lawrence O'Toole's.
Actually, just got a message from CJ asking for festival tickets for a gig in Melbourne today. Just shows how well we're going. Alrighty, without further ado though, boys, I think we are nearly pretty much ready to go. A couple of minutes time, we are going to get this bronze medal match, small final, whatever you want to call it, underway.
Just marking the wood up now, we've been told. We'll get the small final underway. Maybe then.
Alrighty, guys, we're going to do a bit of a TV wave, so we're going to get a bit of a fan of the cameras here. So if you get your flags out, let's give a big wave. You're going to be on TV on 7 May, of course, for the STIHL Timbersports series. Check your local guides to see, obviously, when anything. Give it a big STIHL Timbersports flag wave. It's been a beautiful day down at Glenelg here on the beach, 27 degrees and sunny. You guys have turned out, as you always do, for the STIHL Timbersports series. There we go. Make sure you see yourself. If you're not supposed to be here, maybe duck your head down.
Oh yeah, if your parole officer hasn't approved you coming to STIHL Timbersports, just pull your hat over your face.
If you're on a date with someone that's not your wife, just maybe put your head down. Alrighty. All right, you can rest your shoulders now. Hold on, we're still waving. Still waving. Fantastic stuff. Alrighty, looks like the boys are nearly ready to go. Luckily, I think Dingle got a little bit more of a break than that we thought he might have, which is probably good.
We try and be kind when we can.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our small final. Can you please give a big Glenelg welcome to our finalists, Braden Meyer, Jake Dingle! This is for the bronze medal, ladies and gentlemen, for third place. To get a little bit of that silverware, to get up on the podium.
So we'll be joined by Lawrence O'Toole and Brad DeLosa after this for the grand final. The boys are duking it out for a spot on the podium for this one. The bronze medal in the Australian Trophy 2023.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's bronze medal time. Meyer on 1, Dingle on 2.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your swords. Athletes, ready!
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Meyer on 1, Dingle on 2. Meyer to the wood first. A lot of pressure on that saw. Got to keep those revs up.
Who's cooking will drop first. I'm tipping it's going to be Meyer, but only by, that's got to be less than a second in there.
Big, watch, he's got those short, sharp strokes. Dingle's goes more of a high, 12-6. Braden Meyer's nickname is the Woodpecker. He does get quite a fast axe speed going through.
World record holder in this particular event on stand A. He turns now.
The boys are going to have to dig deep here. They're going to be exhausted, BT. How are they looking from the back?
Yeah, Braden's looking pretty good here at this stage. Got a nice deep cut on the first turn, now turned and Won't require as many hits here as he just about knocks it off.
There he goes. Okay, so he's got a slight lead going to the single buck, but Dingle is right on his heels.
Only one hit in it.
Here
and
he
we
goes.
go on to the misery whip, a single buck, 2 metre cross-cut saw, peg and raker system. Small hang up there from Meyer. How did Dingle look from where you were, guys?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. As he said, he just competed, so he's going to have to dig really deep here. Braden's done this many times before, but Dingle wants to get on that podium. He's never finished in the top 5.
And I reckon the important thing here is to use every tooth on the saw. Use the full length of each saw with each pull and push.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, Braden's got a hang up here. They're both getting hang-ups. Oh, this is going to be close. The boys are having to suck the big ones in now. It's getting real deep.
That
Braden
lactic
Meyer.
is burning, and imagine having to start all over again on the
Here
misery
he
whip.
goes.
Here goes Braden, getting the work done. 4th hit going in on the standing block chop.
There he goes. The boys are sucking up. Poor Dingle has had to do this twice in about 15 minutes.
8 in the front for Meyer.
He's putting in, he's got the fitness, so can he pull off a miracle here? Come back. Meyer's looking like he's going to put the drivers in soon there. This is for 3rd place for the bronze medal. Now let's make some noise for the boys. Come on.
3rd place, Braden Meyer. Never say die. Jake Dingle's going to get it done here, Glenn Elk.
I tell you what, boys, he is looking very fit. This is a superhuman effort by Jake Dingle.
An absolute star of the future. 4th in 2023 for the Australian trophy.
Alrighty, the boys look absolutely exhausted. I'm tired just watching them. That was a superhuman effort by both the guys. And that, of course, is for 3rd place. So we're just going to give, obviously, the judges, make sure it's official.
Correct. We always get ahead of ourselves, guys. I mean, that all looked good, but Steve Lorenz can tell us certain.
Winner is Braden Meyer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Braden Meyer takes out 3rd place, the bronze medal, if you will.
Well done to Jake Dingle. We are going to be seeing him many, many more times over the years to come. Braden Meyer picking up a bit of silverware, a bit of bronzeware today, and we'll have the major final between 2 of the all-time world stage greats, Lawrence O'Toole and Brad DeLosa, in minutes' time.
Braden, I'll keep this short and sharp, mate. I know you're bloody exhausted. Mate, congratulations. Probably nearly time for a beer, yeah?
Oh, I'm hurting.
Mate, fantastic stuff. You put in a really good effort there. You had that pretty much under control. Obviously, it's not first, but it's nice to always get a bit of silverware.
Yeah, I've been the bridesmaid for probably, I think, 4 years in a row now, and I'll get there one day.
Mate, congratulations. It's always a pleasure having you. I look forward to having a beer with you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. One of the superstars of the sport. He'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, Braden Meyer. And don't keep your round of applause going for Jake Dingle.
We've got Jake right here, guys. How was that, mate? The wood's tough today, but you're tougher.
Oh, I don't know, buddy. I started the day on fire. I reckon I was very strong after the first round. And then after that cut against Dave Roomer, I've just felt like I've been battling along. But yeah, just shows you how tough this event is. I think I'm quite a fit Askman, but it definitely takes it out of you.
Well, you're very modest, mate. How many times do we make you? 2 times in what? 12 minutes? You had to get up on the stage and do that? That's tough.
Oh, it is, yeah. Backing up like that in these close rounds. That's why Lawrence and Brad are so good at this event. Like they've done it a lot of times, been all over the world doing it, and it just shows their class when they can keep going all day. And yeah, they're definitely the fellas to beat year in, year out.
What a wonderful competitor you are. 4th place. We'll see you again next year and go a few better, I reckon.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thank you.
Jake Dingle there. Wonderful sportsmanship as well. That's what STIHL Timbersports all about. Just full credit to the opposition. Modest competitors they are.
So now, the final. We have got a ripper. O'Toole in really good form. DeLosa has got better as the day's gone on, I would describe his work today. And, of course, the winner of last year, the world champion of last year in this STIHL Timbersports. And we're going to find out.
You're going to see that composure come into play here you're talking about before,
Both these guys are cool cats, aren't they?
That's it. You see yourself maybe falling a couple strokes behind. Don't rush. Just go through those motions and make sure that you are operating to the best of your ability. You're not trying to race the bloke next to you and gas yourself.
Yeah, and one of the points to note is that these 2 guys are actually full-time full-time wood choppers. They literally travel around.
Brad does the stage.
Yeah.
This is his rig.
He's going to drive this back to the Blue Mountain.
Yeah. This is his operation here. He came in on Monday to set it up.
Well, Lawrence is a tree doctor.
Yeah.
What do you call them?
Arborist.
Arborist. Tree doctor. That sounded a little bit mythical to me, mate.
Yeah.
sounded like something from Lord of the Rings.
A tree doctor's not the kind of doctor you want to get a prognosis from. I think it's always terminal when the tree doctor turns up.
That's right.
The tree goes to the morgue. Or here, to STIHL Timbersports, we make use of the poplar.
Ironically, they actually make the coffin out of the wood, so never a good sign. But speaking of more things upbeat, the We Are Food, ladies and gentlemen, this, of course, is the STIHL Timbersports Australian Champion 2023 final. It's Brad DeLosa from New South Wales versus the Victorian Lawrence O'Toole. They are both winners. They both represented and won on the world stage. Who's going to win? We're going to find out in a couple of minutes' time. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is about 2 minutes until showtime. STIHL Timbersports final. This, of course, is the Australian Champion Trophy. Just getting the final touches in place here.
How lucky is Adelaide on this fine day to get to see two of the greatest specimens to ever compete in this sport go head-to-head for the Australian Trophy? Couldn't have asked for more.
And conversely, how lucky are we to be in Adelaide in this beautiful day with this great crowd? So it's a win-win for everybody. Ready? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, can we please give the biggest round of applause that you've done all day when we welcome our two finalists from Victoria, Lawrence O'Toole, and from New South Wales, Brad DeLosa! Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hand it over to the judges and we're going to get this final underway. Here we go, Adelaide.
O'Toole on stand A, DeLosa on stand B.
Okay, gentlemen, warm up your swords. Athletes, ready!
Stand to your timber.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go!
It all comes down to this. The Australian Trophy for 2023. Whose cookie will fall first? Two of the greats, O'Toole v. DeLosa. They are milliseconds apart. DeLosa just falling first, Gaz.
Here they go. It's left-handers going swing for swing, blow for blow. BT, who have you got your money on?
Well, I reckon DeLosa's 2 chops in front at the moment. Got to the log first. Once again, a bit of a slow transition. But have a look at O'Toole. He's gone really deep.
He's turned, they turned literally on the, they are going swing for swing, blow for blow. Who's going to drive through first? They are neck and neck.
You are witnessing synchronised chopping for the Australian Trophy 2023. O'Toole with that wide stance, tackling the single buck.
Look.
DeLosa hot on his tail.
Look at the power of DeLosa, the long stroke of O'Toole. BT, what do you make of it?
DeLosa looks really strong and a bit smoother here at the moment. Got caught up O'Toole, but he's starting to surge now. DeLosa's going to get through first.
There it is, and on to the standing block chop. DeLosa is going to find himself 3, 4 hits in front.
Lawrence O'Toole with all the work to do. The New South Welshman, he's got one hand on the trophy. Can O'Toole bring it out of the fire? They turn together. O'Toole with all the work to do. He's got to pull something deep here. Has he got the wet sail? It's O'Toole. It's DeLosa. O'Toole. DeLosa. O'Toole coming from nowhere.
Putting in the drivers now. Who's going to get it done? For everything,
O'Toole's got it.
Lawrence O'Toole. If all is above board, he will be your Australian Trophy champion for 2023. The fan club down the front are losing their minds. Brad DeLosa missing out by 1 stroke. But, Gaz, we got this excited last year, and we did get a DQ from Braden Meyer, and that sent Brad DeLosa through to Gothenburg for the World Championship. Steve Lorenz is the only man who can tell us who is the Australian Trophy champion for 2023. Steve, how do you see it?
The winner is Lawrence O'Toole.
For the 3rd time in STIHL Timbersports Australian Trophy history, Lawrence O'Toole will etch his name onto the trophy. Big round of applause for Brad DeLosa, this year's runners-up. O'Toole heads over to his fan club there, guys. The boys have got O'Toole emblazoned across their back.
Look at that. Wowee, to take the words out of Brian Taylor's mouth. Come over
Lawrence
here, Lawrence.
O'Toole, shake my hand, sir. Unbelievable work. I think you might have won that by 1 hit. What was your mindset going into the standing block chop at the end there? Did you know how tight it was?
I knew I was behind. I had a little bit left, but I was always going to put 8 in the front. Hope to turn before Brad and catch him up a little bit and break his spirit a bit, but he hung him pretty tough. He's a great champion, Brad, and I'm really happy to be able to beat him.
Did you know that you were synchronised? Can you see the competitor out of the corner of your eye? Because we were having a lot of fun down here watching synchronised chopping.
Mate, I was just going up and down. There wasn't much else happening.
Well, you got it done. How about that, ladies and gents? Lawrence O'Toole, the 2023 Australian Trophy champion. What do you want to say to the crowd that's gathered here and who's going to be watching around the world, Lawrence?
Yeah, well, it's great to have support here. A lot of my mates in the crowd giving me support the week before. My training partner back home, Jason Lentz. Yeah, buddy. See you in Europe.
3 times you've got your name up on the trophy. Going to go back-to-back next year?
Well, that's the plan, you know. I've never won the world stage, so second last time. Hopefully we can go one better.
That's it. Headed over to the Netherlands he is. Lawrence O'Toole. Give it up one time, Glenelg. Edging out Brad DeLosa, the current world champion. Lawrence will be headed to Rotterdam in the Netherlands to hopefully do what Brad did and be another Australian world champion. Geez, we got some unbelievable talent here in this beautiful little southern land.
Mate, fantastic. Beautiful day for it as well. Thanks, BT. See you next time.
Jeez, I've got overexcited there.
Smooth, Dan.
I've done so well all day and I've dropped my microphone at the end trying to shake Brian Taylor's head. Can we hear it for BT,
Make some noise for Brian Taylor, everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Who, for me, gets 3 votes. He's come in as an amateur and he's leaving as a professional, I think, with that commentary. He was correcting our ridiculous commentary all day. BT has become an expert in a matter of hours. BT, will we see you next year? He's on board. He was roving all day. Is the only term we can use. There's another word that's patented.
Right arm over the wicket, roving.
We love BT's work on the AFL coverage, and he's done a stellar job here today.
All right, so, mate, before we sink into a celebratory trophy, I think we've got to give out some trophies.
Oh, maybe an Australian trophy.
Yeah. So we've got, we're going to do the presentation in a couple of minutes' time. Is this a me thing or is it down here? I think it's a me thing. Oh.
What a day. Thanks to everyone who came out today. Geez, I'm going to be copying it from my mates back in Queensland. I'm one of the only people in history who's come from Queensland to Adelaide and got a tan. Feel free to hang around, ladies and gents, if you'd like to check out the presentation. Steer clear of the stage, though, because champagne is going to be spraying left, right, and centre.
It always helps to turn your mic on down. We got Leeson Brook, the big boss man, coming up, managing director for STIHL TIMBERSPORTS. Mate, fantastic to have him here. Mate, enjoying. This is your second event, yeah?
Second event, and amazing crowds, amazing day, and amazing entertainment. So well done, ladies and gents.
Well, I know we can't gamble on these things, but did you have the winner? Was that your pick, basically?
Sorry, Lance. No, it wasn't.
So but what did we? I think we had a little cheeky side bet on Lawrence O'Toole. No money, of course, was exchanged.
No, of course. But I think I did say earlier that I was hoping for an O'Toole.
Yeah.
Brad DeLosa finish.
Final, yeah.
It's about as good as it gets. Yeah, it's about as good as it gets.
And I think the good thing, sorry to cut you off there, is O'Toole came from 4 cuts behind.
Yeah.
To come on the last turn, and he came home strong.
Fantastic stuff. Mate,
we're starting to get fan clubs here, if you notice, by the way. O'Toole emblazoned across the back of the shirts there. Is that where you see this sport getting to that sort of level?
All right. All right, we're going to get the athletes onto stage. So everyone that's still here in the crowd, let's please give a big round of applause for our athletes today. Chris Owen, Brent Rees, Cody Steers, Josh Bakes, Glenn Gillam, Brody Dingle, Mitch Argent, David Rumer, Jake Dingle, Braden Meyer, Brad DeLosa, and of course, Lawrence O'Toole.
You had a frothy yet, Glenn? Nah, he's furious. I thought you looked upset. Good on you, lads. Brody Dingle reckons he'll have 1 or 2, he just told me. I might have subtracted a few off there.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've got everything ready to go. I've lost Leeson. Where is he? There he is. Alrighty. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can you please give a big round of applause in 3rd place in the bronze medal, the one and only Victorian, Braden Meyer.
second last year, third this year. He's a perennial performer.
He's a
well done,
superstar.
Braden.
Alrighty. He was here last year in first place. He's done a very, very incredible effort to get the silver. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Mr. Brad DeLosa.
One of the absolute greats of STIHL Timbersports, royalty around the world. The reigning world champion handing the baton over, guys, to...
And ladies and gentlemen, the Victorian, the big man, the axe man, make some noise for your 2023 Australian champion, Mr. Lawrence O'Toole.
Third-time winner Lawrence O'Toole. Gaz and I are going to get off the stage because it's about to be champagne showers. Unleash, Axeman. Oh. Who's going to do a shoey? This is the real time of the day when we actually needed the eye protection.
The Aussies don't wear goggles like they do in the NBA, though, do we?
Good on you, lads.
Good stuff.
Well done to all of our competitors, specifically our top three, and especially Lawrence O'Toole. Third time he's etched his name onto the trophy. He's off to the Netherlands, to Rotterdam, to represent Australia. Brad DeLosa did it last year. We're very confident Lawrence is going to do it again and bring home the World Championship.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think the bar's open for a couple more hours, so grab yourselves a drink. On behalf of myself and Dan Anderson, we want to thank you guys so much for coming down. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks, Legends. It gets better and better every year, and that's because of you guys. Tell your friends how good it is here at Glenelg, and we'll get them out next year, yeah?